dear students. I hope you all are fine and doing well at home. I welcome you all in our today's maths video, and our today's topic is story sums of subtraction. So students, this is our second video on the topic, and now we'll revise this topic through this video. Students, do you remember what is subtraction? Let's revise. Subtraction means to take away any object or numbers from a group. And when we are doing story sums, we'll have to take care of the keywords, which means that whenever you see any one of these keywords in a story sum, it means you will have to subtract the numbers. What are these keywords? I'll tell you. Difference, left, take away, fewer, less, minus, leftover, remaining, and subtract. Let's read it one more time. The keywords: difference, left, take away, fewer, less, minus, leftover, remaining, and subtract. So students, the next important thing which we'll have to take care while doing story sums is the steps. It is very important to follow these steps when we are doing the story sums. So what are these steps? First is read the question carefully. I have discussed with all of you time and again that it's very important to read our story sum at least twice or thrice. Second is circle the numbers. Circle all the numbers which are given in the story sum. Third is underline the keywords. So dear students, the keywords which we have just discussed in our previous slide, we'll have to take care that which keyword is there in the question and we are supposed to underline it or highlight it. Next is solve the question. So after circling the numbers and underlining the keywords, we are supposed to solve our question. So first we'll align our numbers along with the statements and then start solving it. Next is write the answer in a statement form. After solving our question, it's very important to write down the answer or the difference in a statement form. Why? Because we are doing the story sums. And last point is check your answers. After solving your entire sum and writing your statement, it is very important to check your answer. Our first question is, an ice cream seller had 436 ice creams, out of which he sold 194 ice creams. How many ice creams were left with him? Let us read it one more time. An ice cream seller had 436 ice creams, out of which he sold 194 ice creams. How many ice creams were left with him? So what we'll do first, kids? First, we will underline our keyword or highlight it, which is left. Now, we'll circle our numbers 436 and 194. Now let's begin our solution and align our statements. So first statement is number of ice creams he had, which is 436. Then number of ice creams he sold, which is 194. So we align our numbers under ones, tens, hundreds, and as you already know, first we'll solve our ones value. Here we'll have to minus 4 from 6. So 6 minus 4 is 2. And now let's move on to our tens value, where we'll have to minus 9 from 3. So kids, 9 is a bigger number here. So what we will do? Yes, we will borrow from the hundreds value and it becomes 13. Now we will subtract 9 from 13 and our answer is 4. Now let's move on to our last and final step, which is to solve our hundreds value. because 1 is borrowed from 100. So the value of 100 is not 4 now, it becomes 3. So 3 minus 1 equals to 2. So number of ice creams left equals to 242. Now we'll have to follow our last step and write our difference in a statement form. Therefore, 242 ice creams were left with him. Dear kids, it's very important to check our answer once we'll solve our question. Number 2. In a class, out of 32 students, 28 are girls. How many boys are there in the class? Let's read it again. In a class, out of 52 students, 22 are girls. How many boys are there in the class? So what we'll do first, we will underline or highlight our keyword, which is how many, and then circle our numbers, that is 52 and 28. So after completing our 3 steps, we'll move on to our 4th step, which is to solve the question. And first we will align our numbers along with the statements. First is number of students in a class, which is 52. Number of girls in a class equals to 28. Now we'll have to solve it. First we'll solve the ones value, where we'll have to subtract 8 from 2. And you know that 2 is a smaller number and 8 is a bigger number. So what we will do now? Yes, we will borrow 1/10 from the tens value and our 2 becomes 12. 10 plus 2 equals to 12. Now it is possible to subtract 8 from 12. So 12 minus 8 is 4. So what is left at the tens value? It's 4. Now we'll move on to our tens value. 4 minus 2 equals to 2. So number of boys in a class equals to 24. Now we'll follow our last step, which is to write down the difference in a statement form. Therefore, there are 24 boys in a class. Students, I hope that you understood the topic well, but I suggest you to solve more and more story sums yourself. Thank you.